Today I will be showing you how simple it is to deploy services from Google Cloud's Marketplace. The GCP Marketplace offers a rich catalog of applications and services from Google and from third-party software providers. These include virtual machines, APIs, datasets, containers, and services that you can use to rapidly build applications and even run them in production. This video is intended for Google Cloud users who may have already signed up and created their first project, but are still new to the platform. In order to access the Google Cloud Marketplace, I'm going to click on the hamburger button in the top left of the screen, and then go down to Marketplace. At this point, I'm going to be presented with a catalog of services at my disposal, and a number of filters with which to browse them. I'm going to start off by clicking on Virtual Machines. Here I can then filter again on category or by price. There's a number of free and open source virtual machines, some licensed ones, and also we have a number of bring your own license images that allow you to migrate your existing agreement over with one of these service providers. Today I know that I want to stand up a MongoDB cluster. So I'm going to go ahead and search for that in the search bar. And we can find that Google already has a click to deploy MongoDB virtual machine image. The first thing I'm going to do is look at the pricing. We know that there's no fee to click to deploy based on this usage model. There's also no license because this is a free product. What we do have here is the infrastructure fee to run the underlying machines for this instance. This is based on a 30-day month running these machines 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, based in the US Central Region. I'm happy with this, so I'm going to go ahead and click Launch. This takes me to a configuration page that allows me to customize my deployment. I can change the name of the deployment or where it's located. I think all my users are going to be on the East Coast, so I'm going to go ahead and move this to the data center closest to me. I can customize anything I'd want about this, including the machine type, number of instances, and what type of disk I'm going to use. I like that this uses a 4 CPU machine type, but I'm going to upgrade my boot disk and my data disk to SSDs. Everything else I'm going to leave default. Now I'm going to deploy it. This will take me to Deployment Manager, and I can see all of the different services that Mongo is going to be installing on my machines. This is where the real value of Marketplace comes into play. All of these different services I don't have to customize myself because they're already loaded onto my machines for me. And my cluster is now deployed. I can click on Deployment Manager and see it right here. I can also check the status of it. If I'd like to interface with the database, I can SSH into the server right here. Additionally, I can see the new servers that have been stood up in my Compute Engine dashboard. And here we can see the 2 servers and the arbiters ready to go. Here I can also SSH into each one of these machines individually. Let's say, however, I already make use of containers and would like to deploy an application directly to Google Kubernetes Engine. Well, in that case, I can go back to the Marketplace and search through click to deploy applications that are already available to deploy directly to GKE. Once we're there, I can then filter again by category or by price. Today, however, I know that I already want to deploy Jenkins directly to GKE. Now that I search for Jenkins, I can see that there's already an image ready to deploy. This is going to be extremely similar to deploying a VM with one extra step. The first thing I need to do is determine a zone with which I want to place my cluster, and then go ahead and create it. Once I do that, all I have to do is then deploy that application directly to the cluster that I've just created. And just like that, my cluster is created. Now all I have to do is deploy Jenkins to that cluster. While that's happening, I can go back and take a look at my clusters. and I can see that cluster 1 is now up and running, and I can connect to it directly. Additionally, I can also go to Compute Engine and see that my GKE cluster nodes are also listed here, where I can interface with each of them separately. Back in the GKE dashboard, I can take a look at my applications and see that the application creation is still in process. Once that's done, I can then take a look at the health of my pods and interface how you normally would with Jenkins. In the past few minutes, we've seen how easy it is to deploy virtual machines and applications directly to Kubernetes. I hope you found this informative, and please take a moment to go and look through the Google Cloud Marketplace. There are hundreds of different services available for you to use that are just a few clicks away. And also be sure to continue looking as we are constantly adding new services for you to use.